If we're talking about a brand new company that doesn't have any staff and you need to move fast, build something out later, that's one thing. Or if we're a company that's humming along, we have an initiative that we either lack the capabilities in-house for or the capacity in-house that we can put it in a box and say, hey, we could use some outsourced development help in that box. First test is, what's our core competency? In-house should be our competitive differentiator. If we're a finance, accounting software, stuff that really takes deep accounting knowledge, let's probably have that in-house because we want to build a system that's the best at accounting, right? Outsource it if it's not your core value proposition. That's an easy determinant just based on what your competencies are. Team capability assessment. In-house, if you have competent developers who understand the business and the mission objective and are available. Another decision point is speed versus control and making a trade-off there. A lot of times outsourcing is just the fastest way you can rapidly scale or get specialized expertise quickly that takes a long time to recruit. So if you were working on something and new feature and you need to get this new AI feature to market in 3 or 6 months, but nobody on your team has any real AI experience, it's going to take you 3 to 6 months to hire those, but you could get an outsourced team to get you there faster. There's a long-term maintenance burden. So when you outsource your software development, consider who's going to maintain it 2-3 years from now. Is it critical infrastructure? Is it core intellectual property? Let's lean towards in-house. Is it peripherals? Is it mechanics, machinery, tools, things like that? Maybe you can offshore those or outsource those things to be built quickly and be delivered with a nice bow on it, that long-term maintenance isn't a problem in those areas. And then I would say, think about knowledge transfer complexity. There's plenty of times where you're going to hire someone outside the business to do something bespoke or with specialized knowledge or just really own an entire piece and make those decisions. Is the domain knowledge going to land all in those outsourced developers, or is the domain knowledge something that they can easily transfer? Like at Facet, we generally have a process where we allocate time at the end of our engagement to have a strategic knowledge transfer schedule on how we're going to make sure anything that we gleaned or built or learned or had to master in the process of servicing you is now properly handed off to you. In fact, sometimes that even involves helping you hire the next expert to take over. But you got to evaluate. For example, we worked in a domain where we were reading proprietary data off of hundreds of different types of hardware devices. And when we outsource that, all the knowledge of how these nuanced 100 different devices work differently, that's not in our company. So we have to have that company around maintaining it forever if they didn't build it and knowledge transfer it right. So those are kind of the big decision points about, software in-house or outsource.